Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. It is very late at night and I wanted to do an update, actually an intro. I always say update, but it's an intro for Out the Door in 24. I have a lot of really cool things in front of me right now and I can't wait to share them with you. I also wanted to let you guys know that I do have a ton of stuff leaving my home. Not sure when, but it's compiled into boxes and ready to leave. I took pictures of everything. I still have more stuff that's coming, so I will still be decluttering throughout the year. But I easily have over 264 items in my home already that's ready to leave. So I will show you those at the end of this video. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about the makeup items that I am bringing into Out the Door in 24. Actually, first of all, this was created by Deb from Deb B here on YouTube and on Instagram. And it runs from January the 1st to December the 31st of 2024. And it is a Fantastic Ladies collab. It has monthly updates and they update on the 20th of each month. So what I'm excited about is I'm going to post my intro on the 20th of January. Because of course I still have to edit and all that kind of stuff, and that gives me a little bit of leeway. Plus I already know I've done the decluttering part for January and actually the rest of the year, but it alleviates the pressure of the rest of the decluttering for the year. I just can't try and find 24 things a month. I have to do it all at once or I lose my mind. I don't know why I'm like that. But anyway, so I have to get the task handled and done. So I will continue to declutter through my home and I will take pictures and share that with you guys when I do declutter. It's not going to be as often since I've got most of my stuff out already, but we can now discuss all the things that I need to bring into this project. So the items for makeup that you bring in, last year, the rules were that you had to declutter everything out of the project. Everything you were putting in, it was like used by the end of the year, or you just like declutter them from your collection. And I think this year it's a little more relaxed, where it's like if you find that you enjoy something, then I mean you obviously can keep it if you're realizing after you're using it that it's something you really like. You don't just want to like discard it just because of some, you know, a rule or whatever. Deb is not an ogre, right? She's like, she makes that so that you guys are trying to declutter stuff out of your life. So this year she's relaxing those like rules or whatever to, if you love something, keep it obviously, and if you don't, then it's time to leave it out of your house. Like it's time to discard that and let it go. So let's talk about the first item, the Glamlight Red Velvet Eyeshadow Palette. I was talking about decluttering this in my eyeshadow palette declutter video, in my inventory video. If you watch that, you will have seen me like go back and forth with different eyeshadows, trying to dupe some of the ones that are my favorites in this palette. I love these two right here. These are so gorgeous, though I rarely ever use them. And then also this one here and this one here. I cannot find a dupe for this anywhere in my collection. Even in the other Glamlight palettes, I cannot find anything. I'll swatch a couple of the metallics for you guys so that you can see some of the gorgeousness in here. So those are three of the, I was gonna say glimmers, shimmers or metallics that are in this palette. So obviously this is gonna stay in the project for the entirety of the year. I will obviously decide probably sooner than like December if I want to keep this in my collection or not. But I think I will also decide by December though if I got enough use out of this in a year that I'm okay letting it go, kind of thing, because I barely ever use it. Is there gorgeous colors in here? Yes, but my reason for bringing it in is that I feel like I have a red in so many other colors. I have similar colors of this in my collection, but nothing this is the reason why I'm keeping it. And I'm checking the rest of the quality to see, is it worth it to hang on to this palette for like especially one shade, like 4 out of like however many 12 there are in here. Is that worth it? So I have to see. So I will use it and see what I decide. The next item is the Melt Eyeshadow Palette in 27. And The reason I'm bringing this in is because it's very one note. It's a very one, like mid-tone, rusty, whatever fall shades. And as beautiful as that is, it always looks the same. So I'm going to swatch just a couple of these eyeshadows on my hand so you can have a look. Oh, those are two different shades and they look practically the same. This is what I mean by, do I want to keep this? This one is not even swatching, and then we'll swatch the metallic, which is again not even really swatching. There we go. So there's 4 shades, which, I mean, I clearly have those in my collection somewhere. Let's swatch a dark, like warm shade. Okay, I have that in my collection too. So I'll play around with this, see if it's something I want to hang on to in my collection. The melt palettes I don't play with as much as I should, and that's partly why I'm bringing it in. It's kind of one note. I have all of those shades and other eyeshadows in my collection, and I don't grab for it, so I need to grab for it. The next one is the MAC Gold Studio Finish Face Powder. Now this has been in a few of my project pans in the past, and I bought this in Florida. The very first time and only time I met Patrick Starr, I was so like, oh my God, he was my favorite YouTuber at the time. And just, I was so inspired by him, and I loved his Get Ready With Me's and his collection videos and his reviews. And I trusted his judgment. I still do. But it was just like, he wasn't as huge or as popular or like meeting celebrities and doing celebrities makeup and stuff like that like he is now. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. He's definitely grown as an artist and as a person. But when I met him, when I bought this, it was like, yeah, it was so wonderful because he was so humble, and yeah, it was just wonderful. It was a really great meeting. But anyway, I bought this because the girl who sold it to me told me that it was one of their most popular like highlighters. It's sort of like a body, like it says face powder, but she said she uses it on to do the highlight of the décolleté and the shoulders and stuff like that. And it's a really, really strong highlight. That being said, I like to mix this in because it is sort of like a finishing powder, but it's like very, 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 very highlighty. But I feel like I prefer this when I mix this with other face powders, like any kind of loose powder. So I don't dip my brush or anything into this. I always tap it off onto a Kleenex first, and then like I'll mix them together. Whatever I'm mixing, I'll put it on the tissue together, and then I'll put my brush in there. So I feel like I could get used that way, and that's how I have used this in the past. And there's so much product, but you can actually see that there's a line there now, and this was right up to the top before my projects. This has so much product in it. It has 30 grams of product, so this will take so long to get through, way longer than this 1 year. But I'm going to put it in here and see if I still need it in my collection. Next is the Milk Makeup Electric Glossy Lip Plumper. I've had this for over a year for sure, possibly 2. And I haven't touched it because I have so much like lip gloss plumper style things. And I also prefer a brush gloss or a doe foot gloss so that I can put it on top of a lipstick, not one of these like cap bomb type things where you're gonna like smear the gloss onto your lipstick or like smear the lipstick or whatever. So I haven't been using this, and I want to know if the formula is good or if it sucks or if it stinks or if it's gone off. I want to know. I haven't even ever opened it or anything, so we will find out, and I will be putting this in the project. All right, next is the Grande Mascara, and this says Conditioning Peptide Mascara. So it looks like this. I did actually have this in a different project, I think, at some point, but I took it out because it was mixed in with the lash serum. And I was like, I want this in a separate project. So I'm putting it in this one. I've never tried it. I'm not sure how I'll feel, if it's something that I want to keep or want to try. I love the bullet. This is so different than any other mascara. It's just really, I don't know, I like it. It's really cute. So I'm gonna try that. Then we have the Beauty Crop Brow Friends Forever, BFF Brow Friends Forever. And this is a little tinged because I have used this in the past. You can see I've used quite a bit of it. And I feel like I could probably get full use on this, but it's not my favorite. It's good, but it's not my favorite. And I just need to get the use. I just need to get the use. So as you can see, there is some like products on the bottom. Like it has separated, or like, what do you call that? When the sediment falls to the bottom, like it's done that with the brow stuff that I have used when I used the brush. So there is a brush in here. And when I pick up the color and I put it back into the tube, the color that picks up from my brow goes to the bottom and like puts like the sediment of that on the bottom of this. So it's kind of looks like mold or something, which freaks me right out. I'm like, is that mold? Is that the brow stuff? So hang on, let me smell this. Doesn't smell bad, but like, I don't know. I'm just gonna try and use it and be done with it. Next is the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Orgasm. So this should be relatively easy for me to use up. However, it is the pinky version and I prefer the brown version. So let's see how much is in here. Oh, there's not that much in here. That could probably take me a month to get through. So I will definitely try to get that used up. And then the next is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Lip Gloss in the shade Pout. This is a brand spanking new, never been opened that I can think of. Yeah, you can see it's brand new. It's never been opened. I don't think I smell anything. Maybe a hint of mint. I don't know. I will know when I put it on my lips for the first time. And this one is in the shade, yeah, Pout. I think I said that. And then we have the Essence lipstick in the shade Bold 03. I have so many of these lipsticks in my collection because I have been trying to dupe my Nikki's Nude like crazy, and I have never found. I'll swatch Nikki's Nude. This isn't another project. This is my favorite lipstick of all time. And I know it's very basic, but this is the shade right here. And I was supposed to bring it to Vegas with me to get it duped, and I didn't. And I bought this, and it's not even close. But it is a very, very beautiful shade, and I think it's similar to the Chucky one from Smashbox. It's almost an exact dupe. So I know I'm gonna love it because I love this. Is like another one of my favorite lipsticks. So I have that full brand new thing to use, and I want to finish that. Obviously, I want to finish as many as I can or use up as much as I can. And then we have a few other lipsticks, which is MAC Flatout Fabulous. All of these are in the boxes because that's how I had them in my drawer. And this is what the shade looks like here. I will swatch it for you. It's such a beautiful shade. It's a little more bright pink than what I'm wearing currently. I would love to be able to get these done, and if they are not done, I have a feeling I will be decluttering them for my collection because I've had them for quite a few years and I have no room in my drawer. They're not shades that I wear anymore. I might sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay, let's go on to the next one and see if I can move past this. The next one is Fashion Revival, which I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's a little patchy. I feel like I should have put extra foundation around my face. I have been blowing my nose and stuff today. So it's kind of like this part of my makeup has kind of come off, and I think it would look a little cleaner if I had like touched up my makeup, but I didn't. But we're not going to talk about that. So this is how much I have left of this one, and you can see it on my lips right now. I don't need to do a swatch. It is very beautiful, and I have 2 of these. So I would like to get 1 completed. That would be a huge goal for me. Next we have, All Fired Up. And again, just a gorgeous, beautiful, and very well loved lipstick. It's very hard and thick and opaque, but it looks really pretty on, unfortunately. If you can tell you got lipstick on when you wear this because it is just, it's so thick. And then we have, for the last lipstick from MAC, we have the shade Heroin, which you guys I'm sure all know. If you're old school like me, Heroin was the poop way back in the day. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous purple lipstick. And it was so sought after. Everyone wanted it. It was always sold out. It was so good. And it still looks really nice on me. I'm not going to lie. I love it. So I'm going to try and use that up as well. I have a lot of lipstick in this project. Oh yeah, we have another one, which is from Maybelline. It's the liquid lipstick in the shade Peachy. And this was in my project that I did with Anne Elizabeth Murray recently. And I still have quite a bit left in this container. It's a very beautiful shade. Looks very similar to those two, just a little more wet and opaque, but it does dry down to a more like firm like texture that stays on the lips. It's very beautiful. I do enjoy wearing that, and I want to complete that, of course. And then we have the BH Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow in the shade Absinthe. This is unopened. I'm showing you right now that the package is on it, but we are going to swatch this because I need to see what this looks like. This, I bought this and I was like, oh my god, BH Cosmetics, I need to get it because there's no more BH Cosmetics. And when they get bought out, they're not going to be the same, which they really are not. Like, I'm not buying from BH Cosmetics anymore. BH Cosmetics. But this was a Poison Shock liquid eyeshadow or cream eyeshadow. And it doesn't, this kind of smells weird. It looks like it's gonna be a little patchy, but I think I'll have to do layers, like let it dry and then do a layer. I'm not even sure how often I'm gonna wear that. I have a feeling I will be decluttering this quite quickly out of my collection. And then we have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the shade Berry. This one's sort of like the boring smell, flavor, whatever you want to call it. Because it's like the original one. I want like fun, like I want fun scents, like fun coconut, pina colada, or like raspberry. Ooh, I would love a raspberry. Not just like a straight up like berry smell. I'm doing a lot of air quotes. I'm really tired, okay? Bear with me. Okay, the next thing we have is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation in a powder, and it's in the shade 120 Vanilla. And this one is obviously drugstore. I'm not a fan of pressed powders anymore. My goal is to complete this, and if I don't complete it, then it's time to go bye-bye, because I really love my loose powders, and I just find that pressed powders just don't do it for me anymore. So I will keep you guys apprised of this one. And then next is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Like brighten up, like lighten up, brighten up, lighten up banana powder. And it's just for brightening up underneath your eyes. This one I don't foresee getting a lot of use because I am currently working on a huge KVD powder, like palette. But it's like, what? Like, oh, you want to brighten? That's the way to brighten. Wow. That will brighten you right up. So that is what I need. Also, if I need to mix one of the colors, that's the darker color in there, I could also use this to do that as well. But I just want to play around with this and see if it's something that I want to keep in my collection. Currently, I'm just feeling the powder between my fingers. It feels quite soft and finely milled. Almost feels like there's like silica in there. Like, it just feels really soft and like slippy. So I have a feeling there is like something like that in there. But anyhow, I'm going to have to take a look at what's in that and see what I think about that product. And then the next one we have is the Balm Mary Luminizer, and it's the, of course, Luminizer, and she is going to be getting some love this year. Definitely going to be getting some love this year. It is a really nice shade, but I feel like it's not the highlighter anymore. You know what I mean? Like, people still will talk about this because it's Mary Lou. Like, it's one of the first, you know? And it's such a cute packaging. But, I mean, no. It says Offense, highlighter, shimmer, and eyeshadow. So you can use it, obviously, for multiple things. Charge, too pretty, too popular, antonym, womanizer. Silly. Anyway, then the next thing we have is the Milani Baked Powder. It's a baked powder blush mini in the shade Luminoso. Just a teeny tiny little one. And I don't know why I bought this. It's on my middle finger, by the way, if you can't see it. I'll put it here. Oh yeah, you can really see it there. I don't have anything to wipe my hands off with. Ew. Okay. So I just want to get as much use as I can. Or if I decide I don't like it, I'll just pass it along to somebody else. And the next thing I have is my MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadow in the shade Sweet Heat, which I have been trying to decide what I want to do with this for so long. I almost sent it to Kim because I know that she would love this, but I used it so much that there's a lot of wearing off on it, and I've swatched it quite a few times, and it's this, oh my god, that is gorgeous. Wow. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, like golden shade, but it's almost like a taupey golden shade. My cousin told me to buy this, but I mean, I used a lot. You can clearly see that there's like a lot of wearing off, especially in the center, but I need to give it more love, honestly. Like, it needs to be loved way more than it has been. And then we have the Chloe Perfume Deluxe Size Sample, which I'm not sure I'm a fan of Chloe. Let me see. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this, but I'm going to use this up. I currently have something else in my atomizer, so as soon as that's done, I will put that one in. And I have the whole year anyway. I know I can get this teeny tiny thing done. Next is the L'Oreal True Match Bronze It Bronzer in the shade 02 Medium. And this broke. The top part came off on me when I was doing my collection video, whatever you want to call it, inventory. And I didn't want to keep it. I did not want to keep it after that because packaging matters to me a lot. Like, I need decent, like, quality, reliable packaging. Who doesn't want reliable packaging? Like, okay, it's not staying anywhere on my skin. It doesn't want to collect to anywhere. I tried to put it over here. I tried to put it over here. It's like barely doing anything. It doesn't want to stay on me. I think I'm too dry. I washed my hands like 800 times today, and I forgot to use lotion. So anyway, this is what it looks like an old person sweater, which is kind of cute, actually. I'm not gonna lie. And I am going to try to use this a little bit. I have a feeling I will be decluttering this because already I'm annoyed just because the packaging is broken and it was like not going onto my skin. I need quality, people. Even if it's like drugstore, put a little bit more quality and charge me an extra $1 or something. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And then last but not least, we have the MAC and Toledo blush in the shade Azalea Blossom. And the reason I'm bringing this one into this project is because I've had it for, I can't even tell you how long. It's absolutely stunning packaging. I love it so much. But it hard pans every time I use it. Every single time. It doesn't matter if I use my finger, if I use a brush. This is the most beautiful color. Oh my gosh. I will be able to make a really good swatch for you guys here. But oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's like practically, well, the shade I have on is a little more warm. This is super cool, but it's so gorgeous. I hate that it hard pans. So my goal is to give it some love and see if it's worth keeping, if it's worth the hard pan, if it's worth the headache. You know what I mean? So that is everything that I'm bringing in. I love the fact that it fits on one page. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm really excited to see everybody's progress throughout the year. It's not easy to commit to decluttering and everything, so anyone who's doing this project, I give you a lot of props and wish you a lot of good luck with it. And also, when I'm looking at the items below me, I think to myself, would I be okay with all of these leaving my collection? And I believe the answer would be yes. If all of these left my collection at this very moment, I would be okay with it, I think. So, I don't know. That tells you something, right? I mean, I think I put the right items into this project. It really makes me think, like, get the use, see what you think, see what you can actually use in the year, what you gravitate, gravitate toward. And yeah, I'm excited to figure that out. I'm really excited to figure that out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward to showing you guys all of my declutters right after this, but I'm going to do my ending now. So I hope you enjoy all the pictures of the stuff I have been decluttering. I was going to do a voiceover, but I am not. Sometimes there are clothes and everything in there. There are no delicates, so don't worry. It's all like tank tops, pajamas, like my kids' clothes, that kind of stuff. So that's about like the clothes. And then there is tons of boxes of stuff, toys, like all kinds of things. So I hope you enjoy the declutter mess. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.